before the race. We just had like a confidence going into this. It's not often that you get, our whole team is healthy right now, so there's 3 other guys that could be on this relay right now. So we knew we had a great group of milers, and I mean, I think these guys agree with me, but I felt confident going into this. I believed in every leg, and I figured it's gonna come down to a race with NJ and Y. I was confident I could bring it home.
I mean, I think when you visualize a race like this over and over again, you replay that moment when you break away. It's hard to go into a race with doubts. Even if it's stacked against you, it's hard to go into a race with doubts.
I mean, to be honest, I thought as long as my leg went well, I knew we would get it because these guys would be kicking my butt for the 2 months of speed workouts and a lot of reps, and so I knew if I was in contact or in the lead that these guys would bring it home, and so I felt like as long as I did my job, I knew these guys would do theirs, and so coming into it, it was up to us.
I would say we're building something at Brooks, so as long as you do your own part and run fast, we knew where we had to split, then I'm confident everybody else on this team. Handing it off to Brandon and knowing Isaac's kicking it in, I had no doubts at all that we could get it.
So Isaac, he was with you till what, about four laps to go?
Yeah, he was really good.
Did that help you or make you nervous, or what were you thinking those last?
It fired me up. There's nothing better than having a competitor come up on the side and making you better. And ultimately, we're both out there to win, and so I'd say that it did help me. Maybe if he hung back maybe a couple meters, so I didn't know he was there. I would have relaxed a little bit and he could have taken me. But when you feel that pressure, it pushes you to another level.
It's dangerous to get Isaac fired up. So, hard to deal with him in the last lap.
You think there's an understanding between the two teams that it's a race, but don't anybody dare let it lag? I mean, that both teams are really supposed to be running fast.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. I mean, they wanted to get it, we wanted to get it, and obviously we wanted to win. So nobody was going to let it lag out there today. We were going out there. We knew we had to push the pace. I'm sure they would have done the same thing if they couldn't jump on our shoulder. Nobody wanted to go slow. Winning this race and not getting the world record wouldn't mean nearly as much to us. So it was all about just getting that time.
I think that's the reason why previously the 4x-mile records have stood so long. It's difficult to get a team of 4 to help you to the line, let alone 2 teams that can push each other. I think that's the biggest difference today. I didn't set a final time for NJ and Y, but I think they went under the previous record. So I mean, I think that's the biggest difference. Is just I think there was an understanding we both wanted to go for the record, and that helped us both.
Well, did you think you had like 2 different missions? I mean, one was to win and one was to get the record. Was there ever any kind of concern, especially when the race was close early, were you ever like holding back a little to make sure that you would have something left to kick him? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think our plan was pretty obvious to figure out anyways. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the world record that's been run, it's a little bit more conservative than you bring it down. So I know it could appear that way. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the last half of your question. Can you repeat that?
Well, I mean, just at what point, if you might have actually been holding back to make sure you have something to beat him with,
right? Yeah. So I think because of the way that when you're trying to nose, like you kind of naturally hold back a little bit. Yeah. But I don't think it was specifically because these guys were in the race. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you come out here to win. Yeah. And in a race like this, if you win, you're gonna get the record as well.
And Danny gave us a really good mindset going into it. He said, I want every single one of your legs to go out in 2 flat and be able to kick it. And all of us are kickers. I mean, Brandon ran sub 220 last 2 weeks ago in the K. All 3 of us ran 7:55, closing in 2:30 or less for the final K of a 3K. So Danny said, like, you guys are all in that closing speed fitness right now. We're all gearing up for July, and Danny's focus is that. So this is a really good tune-up for the second half of the indoor season. But he said, every single leg, I want you guys to go 2 flat and just kick it in. And so I thought that was really cool to see, especially handing off the first exchange. I saw everyone hitting the splits like 2 flat, 2 flat, 2 flat, and kicking it in. And so everyone listened to the mission, listened to the vision of Danny, and I think it really paid off for the world record, because had we not done that, one of us could have blown up, one of the legs could have gone a little slower, and I think everyone listened and everyone's competitive, because NJNY is the defending world record holders. You're not coming out here to run this race against us to run a 6:14 or 16:14. So all of us listened to our coach, and I think that's really at the end of the day, it was Danny's mission, and he knew we could do it, and so we believed it.
So the Brooks Beast program, it's getting better every year. You guys are sending people to Worlds, get an indoor world medal. Where does this rank, and how does this, help that in your group even get better?
I think this is a starting block for what we want to accomplish this year. The team's building. It's been around for 6 or 7 years, something like that. It's my second year on the team. These guys have been here longer than me, but it's a fairly young team, and so now it's like we want to show people what we can do. We've been training amazingly. We have longer distance, shorter distance. Obviously, Drew Windle's not here with us, but silver medalist in Worlds, and you know that's who we build ourselves after. We want to be as good as him. We want to make world championships, and we think all of us can do that. So it's not a team where we're coming out here to just get PRs. We're trying to make teams and win medals.
Now, maybe I should know the answer to this, but would you all consider the 1500 to be the main event?
I think we all like to say that.
Yeah, I think I'd fall in between like a 1,000 meter, 1200 ride.
But when it comes to a meet where there's just 800,
yeah.
I'm sure Danny like some of us come here every once in a while, but you know, especially Isaac and I, we've done some 5Ks and 3Ks, but it's more of miles where our heart's at.
Yeah, it's more of like maybe me and Henry are choosing to be 1500 runners.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone here, even Brandon, we all have quite the range, so I don't think anybody says, oh, 1500 guy. We're just like, that's where we're choosing to be right now. That's what we're doing. And we're having fun with it.
Well, you are, for sure.
When you first guys, was it hard to do splits because you started at such a weird spot? Like, or was Danny giving you splits? How did that work?
Yeah, we were here the Columbia coach and Danny giving us splits on the inside. And I knew the pacer was going to go out and around 2 flat. And so as long as I stayed within range of Hoka and then within the range of the pacer, I knew we'd be somewhere in that range. And it was nice, kind of like what Isaac was saying, having a competitor right on the shoulder, because you couldn't slack yourself. Like, you had to stay mentally engaged on the pace, had to stay mentally engaged on the race. And I think because we were so focused on our pacing, Hoka was able to do the same, and each leg got progressively better.
So would Danny give you like 800 splits? Like,
yeah,
even on second, third leg and everything?
Every 200. Yeah. He just said on, or off, or speed up, or, yeah.
Isaac, you seemed pretty fired up at the end there.
Yeah, I was.
Were you almost angry? I mean, what was your reaction?
I love having the stick in my hand, because honestly, the stick to me represents every single one of these guys. It represents, I've seen the bad workouts, I've seen the bad races, I've seen the good stuff. And so when you come out with those things on your shoulders and then you get something in your hand that symbolizes that, and then you have somebody trying to take that from you or your teammates, you know, that and beat you, it's like, it fires me up. It's like almost like someone's attacking my family. And so these guys are like my best friends. They're like family. And so, yeah, I'm really fired up, almost angry sometimes if somebody would dare try and win.
But you were actually trying to take something away from them.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's tribal warfare. What can I say? No, I'm joking.
So which of you guys decided that, hey, this is something we can do, let's do it? Who claimed the credit for that?
Yeah, he's been pumping us up for a while. You know, we've all been working out well, we've been training well, we've had some good opening races, and he's told us, it's been a vision since, October, when we first met for our first practice. You know, we're going to go for the 4 by mile world record. And back then, when we're just coming off of seasons of long summer seasons, we're all tired. We're like, all right, let's do it. And now to actually do it, it's been months. And
did you really think you can do it?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
as soon as you said it, you said we can do it.
Yeah, no question. Nobody on this team doubts anything Danny says, and nobody doubts each other. So if he says we're going to do it, we're going to come out and do it.
What's next for you guys?
Got a lot of different races coming up.
Yeah, some UW ones. UW miles, probably.
I think most of us are running Husky in 2 weeks at UW. We're trying to travel less this indoor season. So there's like some other meets on the schedule potentially, like JDL, but I think we're basically all staying in Seattle.
It's a very short indoor season.
One more race before USA's. So probably a mile for all of us.
Well, you guys will then be racing each other.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where the tribal warfare actually happens, and so we'll have to put each other out on the line and go for it.
Isaac's protecting us right now, but he's not going to be protecting us in 2 weeks. So we're all going to be trying to take something away from each other, but we'll work together, and whoever wins on the day, we'll be proud of them. If we all PR, we'd be very happy. So it's not about
you guys seem
who wins, it's about the whole team in general.
You seem to have a good dynamic. Is it? You guys could get competitive in a negative way. How do you keep the good vibe going, or how have you guys established that?
I think practicing it. There's no trying to beat each other or break each other down in practice. It's all about working together. Whether it's these guys slowing down for me a little bit on tempo, so I can hang, or just building each other up in reps and not letting each other have a bad day. It just benefits us all in the long run. But we're just practicing that day in, day out. We're not, I don't know about other groups, we're not trying to drop each other. We're all just keeping each other positive in practice, and I think that translates to the track.
That doesn't mean that every once in a while Dan doesn't say, all right, go for this last 200. one of us is going to try to kick everybody else's ass. Like, we're going hard for it. You know, one day it might be Isaac, one day it might be Brandon or David or me. So there's definitely those reps where you want to work as a team and be going as hard as you can. That's kind of like racing, and that's practicing that race mentality. But you know, the second we cross the line and we hit a rep, we turn around and we're happy for each other, we're cheering each other on. So there's no hostility though.
And to answer that from a new perspective too, as a rookie on the team, I'm coming in and these guys are all young and the whole team's really young. And being surrounded by such a supportive young group of athletes is incredible to me, because I came in kind of not beat up, but I had a long year last year, and I came in, last time I was in New York, I ran like 15:50 something in the USA 5K, and that was a PR, but it was a very bad race. And so since the build up from November all the way to now, these guys have been supportive and been really like elevating me every single day from practices. I'm doing, you know, new workouts and do everything, but coming in with a vision with Danny and these guys, like our team is really the focus of it. It's a team sport at the end of the day.
And it's great to be like pretend to be competitive with each other. It makes it fun, but ultimately we're all looking for self-actualization, and we know that the best way to do that is with each other. So,
great job, guys. Congrats.